What's up, everybody? Blake here. I just went to see Venom: The Last Dance. Want to give you guys my thoughts. So, Venom: The Last Dance, I had fun with this. I had a great time watching this movie, and I'm not here to say that this is a perfect movie by any means. It's not. It has a plethora of issues, but it's fun, and that's all I wanted going into this movie was just to have fun, and that's what I got. There's some good action throughout. There's some solid humor. I laughed a good bit watching this. And I also got to say this. There's a considerable amount of heart in this movie. There's a good bit of heart. You know, more than there's been in any of the other Venom movies. I really found myself caring about these characters and the dynamic between Eddie Brock and Venom more than I have in other movies. I gotta say, I like the other Venom movies. I know, they're kind of divisive. You either like them or you don't. Um, it seems like most people do generally like those movies. They're definitely not like critical darlings by any means, but but uh but I have a good time with them. And I gotta say that I do believe that The Last Dance is the best of the three. And also, I want to say this too. It does push that PG-13 rating a little bit more than the other movies do. Like, they wanted to give the fans what we wanted, because a lot of us have been saying for years that these movies should be rated R. But it's like they wanted to give us what we wanted, but at the same time, within a PG-13, within the bounds of a PG-13 rating. You get what I'm saying? And it works. I feel like it was fulfilling enough in that area. There's some decent, you know, not decent. There is violence in this movie. Venom does some, he does Venom things, and there's a little bit of blood. My biggest gripe with the movie, honestly, is what I expected it to be, which is how they handled Noel. Like, I wish Noel would have been more of a presence in this movie. But look, there was like a running joke before this movie even came out that he probably wasn't even going to leave his chair, during at any point during the movie. And look, I don't want to spoil you, but I also don't want your expectations for Noel to be like too high. He don't leave that chair. He keeps his ass firmly planted in that chair the entire movie. So if you're going for Noel, maybe rethink that. I had a fun time watching this. I do recommend checking it out if you're a fan of the other two movies. If you're not a fan of the other two Venom movies, yeah, you might want to skip this one. Maybe check it out on a rainy day. You might like it more than the others. I certainly do. I think it's a better movie than the other two, and that's coming from somebody that does like those movies. So yeah, as far as my rating goes, I'm gonna give it a 7.5 out of 10. It's a B. It's a B movie. It's fun. It really is. I keep saying that, and I mean it. It's a fun movie. It reminds me a lot, and I've said this about the other, Venom movies. They remind me of the Marvel movies that came out in the 2000s. That the pre MCU era, where some of them were pretty good, but most of them were not, and some were just like they were like messes. Like they're just messy movies, but they were fun. Didn't quite get the characters right, but they were fun. That's the Sony Spider-Man-less Marvel universe in a nutshell. They're like 2000s comic book movies. But again, they're fun. I'll end with this. Like, I do wish that, we would have gotten to see Spider-Man in this Venom trilogy. I do wish that we could have seen some version of Spider-Man interact with with this Venom, this version of Venom. You know, that would have been really cool. But, you know, it is what it is. I don't understand the legalities of all that when Sony owns, or not owns, but I mean, they basically do own Spider-Man, but they have some kind of deal with Marvel, and I don't know, man. Anyways, I'm not getting into all that shit. But go check the movie out. I think you'll like it if you're into these kind of movies. Again, if you're into the other two Venom movies, I don't see why you wouldn't like this one.